Around the Table on Harrison's original KHOZ.
Welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. This fine, frigid Monday morning.
Oh my gosh, not very nice weather today.
No, it isn't.
It is not very nice weather.
What in the world happened, Dan?
I got a bad feeling about today. For some reason, I've got a bad feeling about
Can you
today.
fix me?
Oh, why are you sitting in a hole?
Because I don't know. Maybe that's where I belong.
There you go.
In a hole. Yeah, today is tonight's the scheduled Christmas parade.
Yes, and if people are waiting to or are planning to be at the parade, they're going to make a decision here at 10 o'clock today to either have it or not because of the impending weather that's coming through. A lot of I was looking at the Arkansas weather, and there's going to be some expected power outages because of the freezing precipitation in the middle of the state.
Right.
And we're supposed to get sleet and snow and don't know how much.
Right.
And if you live in the Ozarks, even though it is predicted to be a certain forecast, you never know. It may change within minutes.
And I know Matt Bell had told us they never, ever cancel it or anything, but I think in the interest of, we'll see. You go. All you got to go on is the forecast. That's it.
Right.
And you hope it's accurate enough for them to make an educated decision about it.
Well, there's a lot of time, prep, planning.
Yeah.
And they've got equipment sitting out there, bleachers, and and all the people that have built their floats. I mean, they've spent tireless hours on these things. So I mean, they're raring to go.
Well, and they're probably, I would think they would postpone rather than completely cancel the thing.
Yeah, and I think did not Matt say that there was no backup plan? I mean, there was no
no,
rain
but they
date
may come up with one.
They could. And we don't know. We'll find out at the 10 o'clock meeting. They'll let us know.
Right. And we will for sure post that on our Around the Table Facebook page when we have information. You may get it posted 3 times. I don't know.
Maybe.
Everybody may be posting it out there. Anyway, good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Ann.
Well, it feels kind of weird to be here because we haven't been here in 4 days.
I know, and
which was quite nice.
It was kind of nice. I had a very good time with family and friends, and we kind of laid back, and we had Thanksgiving on Thursday, and then we had it again on Saturday.
And that was more family came in on
more
Saturday.
Family
is that
came
correct?
from a different location. Yeah.
I noticed you went hiking this weekend or sometime.
Huh?
Didn't you go hiking?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
Did you?
Where'd you see that at?
Well, on Facebook.
I thought that was a private event.
Well, you put it on Facebook, so it's not private.
I didn't put it on private.
Someone put it on Facebook.
Okay. Well, somebody was...
Your privacy
Somebody was following me around taking pictures of our enjoyed time. I had gone to Alum Cove. I think it was probably the first place that I ever hiked to back in 1975. And I have not been. You look at the time that I had been there then and this weekend, and it was around the same time back in the end of November.
Okay.
And 50 years ago.
Wow, you haven't been there in 50 years.
I haven't been there in 50 years.
Isn't that crazy?
And I hadn't changed hardly at all.
Wow.
I mean, it's rock formations,
that's interesting because you just said 50 years, and you think that was 1975, you said? And that's just, in my mind, hard to wrap my head around. The fact that 1975 was 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, does that make you ancient?
Sure. I'm sure it does to the people that I was with.
Who did you hike with?
Oh, we hiked with Sydney and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then Kelly went with us, and it was. I guess I had forgotten how strenuous it was. I thought it was a short hike,
An easy hike.
and I may have gone to just the natural bridge. It's a humongous natural bridge. And you say, what's a natural bridge? It's a rock formation that connects on both sides, and you can walk across it.
Okay.
And they actually have railing up there and the whole thing.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so you don't fall off.
Well, that good.
But it was, I think back in 75, that's the only place I went. But then there's a trail that goes down into the gully. And
The gully.
the gully. And there was a lot of rock formations. Very cool. A nice place to go.
Well,
But it
good.
is a little strenuous.
Was that on Friday? The day after Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I think so.
Because the weather was okay. You
Yeah,
know,
it was.
it wasn't awful that day. I think it kind of warmed up. There was a little wind. There's been wind all weekend, which we all are like,
Yeah,
or I am.
yeah, yeah.
But we will let you know about the Christmas parade
Sure will.
as soon as we get it hot off the press.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
There you go.
It'll be a first if they postpone it.
Yeah,
be a first.
I'm looking for it not to happen. Dan and I have been collecting warm things.
Oh,
I have some socks that are heated, that are battery operated heat for the
Good for you.
toes, and I'm like,
Good for
I will
you.
be wearing those. I bought a hat yesterday at Bass Pro that will hopefully help keep my little head warm. And then I
Oh,
have
good.
a cute little hat that Dan hooked me up with.
oh yeah. Well, it's not made for the warmth. It's made for looks.
That's why I'm going to have a hat under it. Yeah.
Well, I had bought Kelly a what do you call
Vest?
it? Electric vest or
Battery-
warming
battery- yeah, warm.
operated warming vest. And I said, "Could I borrow that?"
I don't blame you on that one.
We couldn't find the battery,
No.
so I'm not going to be able to wear that. So,
Oh, that sucks.
so I'm.
You know,
yeah.
last year I brought a little lap blanket
Yeah.
that we split, but I couldn't even hardly feel it. I'm sure if I hadn't had it on,
I could feel it, and it
well,
was.
it may come again tonight. So we'll just prepare as best we can. We'll see what happens.
Well, I brought plenty of the warmers. I've got hand warmers. I've got feet. I don't have feet warmers.
You can use those for feet. Put them in your boots.
Okay, just slap
Slap
them
them
in
in
there.
there.
All right,
I'm
I may do
thinking
that.
slamp them all over your body if you need to.
Yeah, as long as the wind's not blowing, it won't be so
Right.
bad.
And it wasn't this morning. I didn't notice it blowing so much. But let's go ahead through the forecast while
Okay.
we're at it. A
Right.
chance of snow showers and freezing rain before 3 p.m., then a slight chance of sleet between 3 and 4. Cloudy with a high of 33. It does say the chance of precipitation is only at 30%. Now, that depends. This is from the National Weather Service because I've looked at AccuWeather, which had a more I can't think of the word I want to use, but it was a little more ominous, I guess.
Well, I think the reason we get and Kelly looks at some other. I think she looks at the Weather Channel, and I look at the National Forecast, and just about every time her weather forecast is different than what I read.
Right.
And I think because we live in such a unpredictable place to predict weather, you're going to have that.
Weather's unpredictable.
It is unpredictable.
And then on to tonight, a slight chance of snow showers and freezing rain before 8 p.m. Then a slight chance of snow showers after that. Mostly cloudy with a low of 20. Chance of precipitation is only at 20%. So that is, not a significant percent. We'll see what happens. Tuesday, partly sunny, then gradually becoming sunny with a high of 43. Tuesday night, mostly clear with a low of 25. And Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 51. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 24. And then get it.
Thursday, mostly cloudy with a high of only 39 degrees with a kind of wind gust up to 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, chance of rain and snow. Showers before midnight, then a chance of freezing rain, mostly cloudy with a low around 26 degrees, calm winds, 50% chance of rain, precipitation, or showers or rain on Thursday night. And then Friday, a 30% chance of showers, mainly before noon, mostly cloudy with a high near 45 degrees. And then Friday night, low 29. Saturday, high 51. Sunday, high 46. And the overnight low is around 30.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Okay.
Even if you don't like cruddy weather or winter weather, I should say. Okay. Tell us a little bit about your topics to ponder.
A little more
here.
of if you could.
Okay.
Yeah. So get our graphic up and we'll talk about this one.
There we are.
There we go.
Okay, let me go ahead and play our little intro, and then we'll talk about it.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
Okay, Dan, take it away.
Now, Kelly and I talk about this before we.
Y'all, we know.
Yeah, and then she says, here's the question: if you could choose, would you handle stress head on or take a step back? Now, I take steps back
Okay.
when there's chaos because I want to evaluate. I don't want to jump to conclusions. I don't want to. I don't want to look stupid because I did something stupid, which I usually do. But she says she will take it head on. She takes stress head on.
I'm more like you. I gotta evaluate. I used to take stress head on, and I would misjudge the situation lots of times, and my response was not what it could or should probably have been. So I like to process a little more and be a little more thoughtful about that. And then but I don't want it to I don't want to belabor it. I am the person who wants to. If there's a conflict or if there's a problem, I'm going to go to the source and I'm going to find out. But you got to hear it. You got to process it.
You do.
I think. That's what I have to do.
Probably a good thing to do. Probably good.
Now, I don't always succeed. I screw up, but, whatever. What are some of our viewers and listeners
We
say?
have 4 comments. Let me get them all up here.
Okay.
You got to push so many buttons to get everything up there. Vigilante Inspection Services says, I like to deal with it directly.
Okay.
Oh.
He's a head-on kind of guy.
He's a head-on kind of guy. And then our friend Leslie King says, from experience, deal with it head-on. Don't let it eat you.
A lie?
No, eat at you. I'm sorry,
okay.
eat at you.
Okay.
Sorry. And then my wife says, handle it head-on. Get it over with.
I don't disagree with that, but I think that I have that little period of time where I'm...
Yeah. And then Hillary Hickman says, step back.
Okay.
I if there's a fire,
that's head on.
I mean, that's kind of what do we call that? It's not literally a fire, but figuratively,
right.
Life comes up with fires every now and then. Do you just go over there and start patting it out? Or do you look around for something to put it out with,
Right.
So I mean,
right.
I think for me, I have to look at it and evaluate it and say,
how do I deal with this?
Do I even need to be dealing with it?
Well, a lot of times that's been my problem as well, Dan, or that it wasn't my problem to start with.
Yes.
But I interjected myself into something that I didn't have to deal with.
Yes. We had a situation this weekend. Somebody had an issue, and they...
You can't get into it
I'm
without
not going to get into it.
it.
Anyway,
Okay.
It was like, it's really not our problem to solve.
Yeah.
It's your problem to solve.
Yes.
Don't use me for your crutch to get you from one problem to the next. Solve this problem on your own. And learn from it. So you won't have these problems again. Some people put themselves in a situation where they're just constantly in turmoil.
I've been a problem solver. That was my
for people
for people for a long time, or I was, and now it's like, and I have to attribute my husband to that's really not our problem, dear.
Yeah.
And when you really process that, it's like, no, it didn't. And you know what? It's such a relief to me to not have to deal with everybody's stuff.
Well, I mean, if you're a helper and if you want to be sympathetic to people, then you're always wanting to say, "Oh, I'll help you with anything you've got." But a lot of times, people have problems that they never get out of.
Right.
They're just going from one problem to the next.
Or one phase of the problem.
Yeah.
to the next, whatever.
It's tiring.
Well, again, this is up on our Around the Table Facebook page. If you could choose, would you handle stress head on or take a step back? And we have some responses, but we would like more.
Well, people look at it differently.
You betcha. Okay. Let's move on.
Okay.
Maybe.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
Was not because I had any trouble with my feet, but I felt that my rights were being violated as a human being and that I was not pleased with the way we were treated as a people.
70 years ago, black seamstress Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat to a white man on a Montgomery, Alabama bus as required by local law.
Wow.
I know. I
didn't
can't,
know
it's
that.
hard for me to go back and
Yeah.
realize that that is how the world was, but it was.
Yeah.
Her arrest sparked a year-long bus boycott by the city's blacks. Eventually, the law was overturned. Parks' protest was a cornerstone in the civil rights movement. She reflected on that day in 1986 during an interview. And you know, we treated them as less than people.
Yeah, certainly we did. Yeah.
I mean, not me personally.
Yeah,
you know.
I grew up in some of that when I was younger. I remember going to a bus station, and then we were getting on the bus to go from Ohio to Arkansas. And I remember that all the blacks had to sit in the back of the bus, and I thought that they chose to,
Right.
but I think that was required. And I asked somebody, I said, I'm thirsty, and they said, well, you can go to the fountain, you know. And I was going to the fountain, and I noticed it said colored with an arrow, and I was wondering what. And I thought, what is colored? Because I was young,
Right.
and I looked down and it was on the outside, down kind of like in an alley, and it was a drinking fountain, and it was like really.
It
just didn't.
It wasn't right.
Nope.
Thankfully, we have, progressed.
Progressed a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. Yep. All right, next.
The United States has again started a draft lottery, and the famous first pick tonight is September 14th, the first birthday that now is designated 001.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember those days too. 56 years ago in 1969, for the first time in 27 years, the U.S. government instituted a draft lottery in order to boost troop levels in Vietnam. CBS correspondent Roger Mudd reported live.
Okay.
They're through. Hey! There's the handshake we've all been waiting for, Mr. Fag and Mr. Cosette.
35 years ago, after 2 years of tunneling, England's Graham Fagg and the France's Philip Cosette broke through a barrier in the Channel Tunnel. The two workers shook hands as others cheered.
I wonder how.
If it were purely a matter of state law, we normally would leave it alone. And so you probably have to persuade us there's some issue of federal law here.
25 years ago, back in 2000, the battle over improperly punched card ballots continued. Boy, they were having problems back then, too.
Yep.
The U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments over the hanging Chad controversy surrounding the 2000 presidential election. Justice Sandra Day O'Connor wondered why this was a cause for the nation's highest court.
Now, did you want to go back and give commentary on the one I...
Oh, no, that's fine.
Okay.
No, that's okay.
Didn't want to cut you off there, Dan.
I was just going to say, wondering if they were tunneling from both ends. How did they
meet in the middle, kind of? Yeah.
Were they perfectly met? Did they perfectly meet, or were they off just a little bit?
I bet they're off just a little bit.
Maybe.
Okay.
The CDC says the first U.S. case of the Omicron variant was spotted in a traveler who returned from South Africa on November 22nd, and that all of their close contacts have so far tested negative. Public health officials have warned for days now that the strain was likely already in the country, with recently announced travel bans designed simply to slow the spread of more introductions. More than 20 countries and territories have already spotted at least one case of Omicron, some with no links to recent international travel.
4 years ago, the U.S. recorded its first confirmed case of the Omicron variant of the coronavirus in a vaccinated traveler who returned to California after a trip to South Africa. Alexander Tin was the reporter for that. Okay. You know, that seems like I just go back and think about everything we did and just how bizarre all that is.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
On this vote, the yeas are 290.
That's the House vote passing a bill to force rail companies and unions to abide by a proposed settlement reached in September. Lawmakers also voted to add 7 days of paid sick leave a year for the workers. The compromise labor agreement was voted down by 4 of the 12 unions involved. President Biden asked Congress to intervene earlier this week.
Back in 2022, 3 years ago, legislation to avert what could have been an economically ruinous freight rail strike won final approval in Congress as lawmakers responded to President Joe Biden's call for federal intervention in the long-running labor dispute. CBS News correspondent Allison Keyes had that report.
And the next three we cannot play clips for, but we will go through it. Birthday cuts. Singer Bette Midler was born this day in 1945. She is 80. Among her many hits was Wind Beneath My Wings.
And then singer Gilbert O'Sullivan was born on this day in 1946, 79 years ago. And he had a hit called Alone Again, Naturally.
And R&B singer and actress Janelle Monáe was born this day in 1985, making her 40 years old. Tightrope was one of those hits.
Okay. And
lastly,
another birthday cut, pop singer Nico Cerba, I think is more properly pronounced, from musical duo Nico and Vinz, was born on this day in 1990, 35 years ago, and she had a hit called Am I Wrong?
I never took that graphic down. Okay, it is time for a break. We have in the studio, or we will have in the studio, Brandy Mincer. She is a local author, and we featured her, I think, every time she has come out with a new book. And guess what?
New book.
She has another one, and we're going to find out all the deets after this break. Stay with us. We'll be back on Around the Table with Dan and Ann. And thank you, Stone Bank, Boulder Banking, for being our sponsor. Welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. Y'all, when that music came on, I went, oh crap. It was like, I better be on my game. Well, in this, please proceed,
I was
Dan.
going to say, this is a talk show, and we get to talking, and we forget what the time is, and before we know it, it's the end of the hour.
It is, Dan.
Yeah.
It is. And in the studio,
Yeah.
we have Brandy Mincer. And Brandy, as I mentioned earlier, is a local author. And we're glad to feature her when she has a new book come out. And she has that. So, Brandy.
I see it right there.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, Brandy.
Thank you very much.
There we go. This is the name of the book right there.
Here we go.
Cedric the Sad Rock.
Yes.
Okay, well, tell us.
Poor guy.
How can a rock be sad? Come on.
Oh, there are ways.
Okay, well, tell us about your book, Brandy, and your inspiration and all the things.
Of course. So the inspiration was my boys and I spent a lot of time with them since I homeschool. So we were sitting on the front porch one day, and we have a bunch of rocks out in front of our porch, smooth creek stone. And we got a Sharpie and we just started drawing things on the rock. Either if it looked like a triangle, like a piece of pizza, or we drew faces on them, different things like that. And I think it was my oldest son. He said, that would make a really great book. Just take pictures of these rocks with these faces and the different things and make a book out of it. And I was like, I think that would work. Yeah, I think we can do that. So that's why I decided to do all of the illustrations inside the book are just pictures of rocks.
Okay.
And your kid inspired that.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
are the illustrations, are these yours?
Yes, yeah. So these are all pictures taken on my front porch, and then we had drawn, this looks like
there's
a
pizza,
pepperoni
yeah.
pizza.
Sure.
This is the face I drew on him. Now, this one, we just left him blank, and we went into Canva, which is a designing app, and just drew his eyes and his hands, things like that. So he's trying to cheer up his friend. They try rock music, right?
Rock music.
There's a lot
okay.
of
Oh my
puns in
gosh.
here. I used grass also. They're playing ninjas.
Okay, yeah.
Grass. One of my favorite ones in here is they put up the Christmas tree, which is a pine cone.
How cute is that?
That's funny, yeah.
Did there. So the moral of the story is his friend is sad, and he's trying different things to cheer him up, and nothing is working. He's just continually sad. And he just kind of gives up and just sits next to his friend. That's all he can think to do is, I'm just going to sit here. And that ended up being the best thing for his friend. Like, sometimes it just helps just being there. Not trying to cheer anybody up, not trying to have,
solve their problem.
Exactly. Just trying to sit with them and cheer them up. And so at the beginning of the book, it is dedicated to my friends who sat with me during my grief after my dad and brother passed away during COVID. I heard that 4 years ago. I heard the history thing. I couldn't be around my extended family at that time because they all had COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So we had to quarantine. And my friends came to my house and sat on the deck with me. We sat outside on the deck. And that was the best thing ever. We didn't talk. We didn't, we just sat there. And that was what helped the most. And so kind of just turned into that. I thought, okay, where could this go? We can use things from nature and take pictures, but what's the moral of the story here? I'm always looking for what's the impact statement here. So, yeah.
You talk about the moral is just it's time to be sad, and you just need to surround yourself with friends to make you to help you get through that.
Right.
Now, did you know that was the moral of the book before, or did you have several different ways of ending the book?
I ended up drawing the sad face first, and I was like, why is he sad? And we went through it, and I didn't know that that's how it would end up. We just started. They would run, and this is in August when everything is still green. So they would run and get flowers and get leaves and blades of grass and things like that. And we just would make little scenarios. And I thought I'll just let that sit and we'll tie it together later on because I was in the middle of Farmer Jack, and all the different books. So then it just kind of all came together. Like, what would make him not sad anymore?
Yeah.
And I thought back to my own experience. Well, what helped me get over my grief, over my sadness? So it just kind of came together.
Okay.
Do you find that a lot of your inspiration for your stories are from your own personal experience.
100%. Yeah, and I think that's the best way to write, is to write from a place of experience. Because if you're trying to write about something you've never experienced, it's not going to feel genuine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not going to feel, okay. So, and taking that to a level that kids can understand is a whole other ball game.
Sure.
Trying to get it down to where they can grasp it.
Well, what age do you gear your books to? You know, I mean, I've read them, and there's a lesson in there for everyone. But who do you really try to gear that towards?
You know, it's Amazon will tell you it's ages 5 to 9. But like you said, I've read them in middle schools before and still get giggles and still get lessons out of them. So I don't know. I'm a kid at heart. So to me, it's, you know, like the Legos, ages 2 to 99. I mean, I'm always looking for a laugh and looking for a story behind it. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
And you use inspiration from God. I know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in your stories, in every single one of them.
Yes.
So that has an impact on where your story goes as well.
Yeah, and this one is no different. It does have the verse that 2 are better than 1 that comes from the Bible. And I've done a couple of church events where I'll go and read the story and do a Bible lesson with it, and I do the Bible story about David and Jonathan, how they were good friends. Even though things took them apart for a while, they still remained loyal to each other. And then I'll have like a game and a craft that I'll do. So it's really fun to see kids grasp it and then to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I follow you on Facebook, and you are making yourself out there. Like you said, you go set up.
Yes.
You do. You like have this whole scene that you produce when you go and talk about your books, and I guess you read them at that time as well to whoever.
I do. Yeah, I feel like marketing is a big thing. You want it to be recognizable. You know, if you see a Nike swoosh, you know automatically that's Nike. I know what they're about. So when you see something that I've made, I want you to go, oh yeah, that's Brandy. I know her stories are good. They're quality. I can trust that my kids can read them and not have to screen them beforehand. So yeah.
Well, okay? So you've just come off of this one. I mean, you're in this one. I shouldn't say come off this one.
Yes.
But is there always something in the back of your mind going, "What's next?"
You know it. So, there's a little thing up here that says Nature Giggles series. So there's more to these than using pictures of nature. So the next one in line is called Unbelievable.
Oh,
I've started taking pictures of leaves when they got really pretty. Went to Maplewood and picked some leaves. So that's going. Another thing was in the Christian realm, there's not a lot of what they call graphic novels. Graphic novels are for like preteens, and they are comic book style.
Okay.
So, like, a page will have, like, 2 or 3 comic strips, you know, but it's not a comic book, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
There's people that know these will know, like, Investigators, Dogman, those type of books. There's not any Christian books like that.
Oh.
So, we're going to dive in and see if it's possible. It's so much more complicated than a smaller book like this, because they're very thick and there's a lot of illustrations. I was doing a word find with my youngest for school one day with spelling words, and we were looking for the word donut. And I said, oh, there's the name Doug. You know, just like, oh. And I'm like, oh, it's donut. Doug H. Nutt. I thought, oh. Doug H. Nutt. So he is a detective donut, a pastry detective donut, Doug H. Nutt.
Cute.
And he is going to solve crimes or whatever it is he's going to solve. I don't know what he's solving yet.
Right.
But the first one is about, we started just bouncing ideas back and forth with my husband and my boys about the rogue rhymer. And he's a croissant. He's French. And he rhymes everything like a banana cannon. Can a banana cannon? You know? So that's what he's doing. He's creating mischief. And Doug H. Nutt's little minion guys are sprinkles. That would be normally on a donut. They're like little tiny sprinkles with little hats and stuff like that. So
how cute.
It is in the very, very beginning stages. And there's so many other irons in the fire right now that honestly that is down the road.
Okay.
But does your brain explode? I mean, you've got so many different ideas in your head, I'm sure, at one time, and you have to focus yourself on one at a time. No doubt.
I don't multitask very well. I get very scattered.
Yeah.
So anytime I get an idea, I will pull my phone out and go to notes and input it in there, because I'm like, oh, I won't forget that. But then I get out of the shower and I forget that I need shampoo.
Right.
You forget to put it on the list.
Most
so
certainly.
I have to do that.
So your books are obviously available on Amazon. Is there other places that people can hook up? And are you going to do a plushie like this?
So.
Are you going to just give rocks?
Well,
or none?
I have found with plushies, as time goes on, the most comments I hear when people come to my table to purchase things, and the kids are like, I want a plushie. The parents are like, you have 1 million. And
okay.
so I'm like, might be time to retire that.
Yeah.
With these, every kid gets a little rock. It's called Friendship Rocks.
Okay.
So every kid gets a rock, and they're allowed to decorate it and encouraged to give it to a friend that may be sad. So you don't have to pay anything for those, but that's what I do with these books. And they are on Amazon. However, to further the project, I would love it if you bought them directly from me, because I make more that way.
Sure.
I have a website that's just extremely long, brandymincerauthor.square.site. It's so hard to remember.
Yeah.
But Facebook message me or something. I mean, you
Just
can get a hold of
Brandy
me on
Mincer.
social media. Yeah, and I can get a book to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Christmas is right around the corner.
Yes, it is.
This is a perfect opportunity to purchase one of these gifts and, I don't know, put it in a stocking.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Put it under the tree.
Yeah. That book is small enough you can roll it up into a sock.
Yeah,
look at that.
Right?
We love the demo. Thank you very much for that. Well, is there any last minute things you want to tell our audience as far as, what if they're like a budding artist or a budding local author going, what do I do now?
I mean, I get comments all the time with, oh, I'd love to write a book. Oh, I've been thinking about this book. I'd love to write. Oh, I'm telling you, just do it. Just do it.
There's so many ways to accomplish the goal now. Amazon is one of those.
Yes.
If you can have it laid out in a, I don't know what program you use to
yeah, I did use
Publisher
Canva for
or
this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can find somebody to do that for you and illustrate it for you.
Yes.
I do all my graphics now are topics to ponder with AI.
Right.
To do graphics. I mean, I'm astounded. I even challenge myself to write the shortest sentence in description and see what it comes up with.
Sure.
So.
And I know there's people that like AI. There's two different factions.
There
are people that hate it. There's people that love it.
Well, it's a tool for me.
It is.
If I had the choice of building a house with a hammer or an air gun, I would probably take the air gun because it gets the job done.
Sure.
And you can't tell the quality otherwise.
Right.
Yeah,
What were you going to say, though, Brandy?
Yeah, what were we going to say?
Oh, no, I was just saying, if you want to do something, what's stopping you?
Well, even if it's not the idea that you want to publish a book, I think journaling is so therapeutic, and that's something you can pass on to your family about, your experiences and maybe ideas for books that you, even if it didn't come to fruition, it's probably something that your family would cherish.
Oh, yeah. And
definitely.
So, yeah, I would just encourage people, if you're wanting to do something, just do it. Just take the time and do it. And what's it going to hurt? I mean,
meet it head on.
Meet it head on.
Yeah.
Don't take a step back.
I would think that you go on to Amazon, and there's probably a section there to tell you how to go through the process, right?
Yeah, Amazon has a section. You can also, if you're a big YouTube fan, you can go on YouTube and type in how to publish a book with Amazon KDP. And there are so many tutorials that will tell you what they used, how they did it. It's so easy. It really is.
Yeah. It really is.
I really is.
Well, thank you, Brandy, for coming in and telling us about your new book.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're picking your brain. Let us pick your brain.
Yes.
We appreciate that, and I'm sure there's another one. I mean, I know there's another one in here.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
So we will obviously feature Brandy again when the next one comes out, and I think it might have something to do with the leaf. I don't know. We'll find out. But there is a picture of Cedric the Sad Rock book by Brandy Mincer, and you can contact her on Facebook at Brandy Mincer, and she will hook you up with Cedric the Sad Rock book right in time for Christmas. Okay. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here today.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, in the crappy weather.
Hey, it's great.
And we'll go to a break, and we'll be back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. We're shopping.
Yeah, I'm shopping now. But don't bother me. I've got some shopping here to do.
We're shopping for equipment, actually.
Yeah.
A couple things that we need in the studio that we're just like, let's just take the bull by the horns and do it ourselves.
We'll just buy it ourselves.
Dadgummit.
Too many layers of security to go through, and we'll just order it now.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, Dan. But
Okay.
you know I do. Okay, so we have some local events there. I was waiting for our music to go bye-bye. And we have several local things coming up that we want to hit on. And one of them being, I want to remind our folks out there that Creekside has holiday hours.
Yeah.
Of course, Thanksgiving is already gone. And but today, for the Christmas parade, it's 6 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And then Christmas Eve will be 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. They will be closed on Christmas Day. New Year's will be 6 to 2, and New Year's Eve will be 6 to 2. And then New Year's Day, they will be open from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
So there's that.
Okay.
And again, the Christmas parade, we're waiting for confirmation, but should be tonight at 7 p.m. We will be announcing that from the parking lot of the North Arkansas Regional Medical Center with a couple of our Yahoo friends.
It's kind of the prime place to be because it's well lit. Mm-hmm. A lot of people like to watch the parade with it not being lit because most of the floats have their own little light on them, but it adds a little bit of depth to it, Yeah. And the bands that come, they usually stop and perform a little bit there. So that's a nice place to be.
And we want to remind you, too, Seasons of Caring is going on.
Still going on.
Submissions are open. I'm trying to read this.
You want me to explain it a little bit?
Please, I would love for you to.
What we're looking for, and this is sponsored by several people. We've got Capaldi's Heating and Cooling. We have Clean Right Septic Service, and one more.
Equity Bank.
Equity Bank. And what you do is you go to khoz.com, and there should be a place that you can fill out and nominate somebody. You can't nominate yourself, but you can nominate, and you can't nominate an organization. It has to be an individual. Mm-hmm. And then previous winners are not eligible. If you've won one year, you cannot win again. Only one entry per nominee will be allowed, and the winners will be chosen sometime in December this month.
Okay.
And what they're giving away is $500 each to the person that needs it the most. And when we say needs it the most, you kind of got to give us a reason why they need it. Mm-hmm. Maybe more than one sentence.
Mm-hmm. We want a story.
Yeah, we'd like to have the story and explain why they're more deserving than just your. I'm deserving of $500. I mean, I feel like I'm deserving of $500, but I don't fit into that category. So it has to be somebody that's really would need a boost this time of year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go to KHLZ.com and fill out there's a Seasons of Caring tab or graphic there that you can navigate through and put all the information in. Happening this weekend, Friday and Saturday, will be the Christmas Tour of Homes, and that's over. It's sponsored by the Neighbors and Friends of Table Rock Lake, and it's over by Kimberling City is where this all happens. And advance tickets are available through Thursday for $20, $25 at the day of the event. And if you've never been on a tour of homes, I'm sure there's some lovely homes that are decked out for Christmas that you can help support the organization and go get you some inspo, maybe. I don't know.
They also have a unique shopping experience there. It's called the Holiday Boutique. It's at the Kimberling Area Library. Basket raffle and complimentary coffee and cookies.
Cookies. Those are cookies.
Cookies. Coffee and cookies there.
Okay.
All right.
And also Saturday will be Painting with Jean fundraising event for Children's Charity Ministry. I don't have details on where that is, though. Okay. We'll have to do some more investigating on that one because I don't know any more than that. What else? We're about to have to go to break.
Okay.
So maybe we can hit on a couple more of these, at least through the weekend, when we get back from break.
Okay.
So stay with us. We'll be right back on Around the Table with Dan and Ann. Welcome back to Around the Table as we round out the show for this Monday, December 1st. We want to thank Stone Bank, Boulder Banking, for being our show sponsor. They are right here, located right here in Harrison, Arkansas. Go check them out for all your banking needs. Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the Flintstones for some reason.
What does Boulder Banking?
Boulder Banking.
Boulder Banking. Fred?
Was it one of the characters named Mr. Boulder or something like that?
Gee, Dan, I don't recall. It's been a hot minute.
I'll have to go back and do some binge watching of the Flintstones to find out.
Do you ever go back and watch like different old things like that?
Not. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Some?
No.
No. Okay.
But I have. I have a huge collection of programming. It's like public domain programming, but it's things that you can play, and like old Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan movies, and Three Stooges, and some cartoons and stuff. So I took a long time there to gather all that information from different sources and stuff. But I have it.
I have it.
I have the old the old Bowery Boys. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, you don't remember the Bowery Boys?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It was
Our
before
Gang.
my time. Our gang, sure.
Our Gang, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll just back to the community events for just a few more. You're invited to a Christmas wreath making party. Now, if you've never done a live wreath, it's awful fun, actually. And
They're
that will
expensive. Have you looked at wreaths? Oh my gosh!
Even the frames are not cheap, especially like the
Ridiculous.
grapevine ones. But they're expensive. Saturday, December 6th at 2 p.m. and that will happen at Plants Etc. And that should be a fun time.
Okay.
I don't know specific details about if you need to bring anything, if it's all there, if if there's a monetary donation of some sort, but you can always call Plants Etc. for more information. But that's happening this Saturday. Plus, there is a pop-up shop.
What?
Pop-up shop.
What?
Like they don't necessarily have a storefront.
Oh,
they do a pop-up shop, and it's Cozy Christmas is what it's called, hosted by Diamond Bee Western Boutique. That is... anyway, located on Tennyson Loop at 808 Tennyson Loop, and that's happening Saturday, and that's happening from 9 to 12.
Okay.
And the Heather reading is, I don't remember her married name, so I apologize, but she does this.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's her boutique.
And then we have Pictures with Santa with Andrea Rogers Photography. That's located going to be at the Weikert Realtor Market Edge office at 126 West Industrial Park Road, Suite B right here in Harrison. This is going to be on December the 7th from 1 to 3. They'll have free photos with Santa with digital download and print released, plus a complimentary cookie decorating kit, drop-in style, no appointment needed. Everyone's welcome. That's at the Weikert Realtor office on Industrial Park Road.
That should be fun. Take all your little brats. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think they're brats. I'm just kidding, people.
Yeah.
Anyway, so those are just a few things, and then we'll hit. Excuse me. I don't know. We may hit next week a little bit through the week, but for now, is there any other hobnobbing, silly stuff you want to?
No, I don't.
Feature?
I was looking for today is.
Okay.
You know what today is?
Well, it is Monday, December 1st.
It's the first meteorological day of winter.
Okay.
Even though the calendar says there are still 3 weeks to go, it's really the start of the meteorologists say that fall ended at midnight last night, and today is actually the first day of winter.
Okay.
But that will arrive on December 21st, too. So
okay.
We'll probably celebrate that also. Cyber Monday. This is the kind of the day when you get on computer lines and start orders. We need an HDMI cable. I wonder if there's any hot deals on HDMI cables.
Well, yeah, I don't know, Dan.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. Throw out your leftovers day.
Okay.
I'm eating some of those for lunch today.
Well, I made soup out of my.
There you go.
You know, for our dinner tonight.
Just
which
put
will be nice.
put all the food leftover into a crock pot and add 2 gallons of water, and there you go. National Christmas Lights Day.
Okay.
This is the day that you turn your lights on. Yours has been on for
Mine
quite a while.
have been on. Yes.
Walt Disney Day, the first Monday in December, commemorating the birth of Walt Disney on the 5th of 1901.
All right, we are out of here for today. We'll be back tomorrow for Around the Table.